Hi boys and girls, welcome back. We are going to continue with comparing numbers using greater than and less than. So before we get started, I would like for you to turn to a friend and talk to each other about what we did yesterday with comparing numbers. Review what we did yesterday with comparing numbers. And how do you compare three-digit numbers? Turn and talk to a friend, and don't forget, you can turn to the page in your math journal if you need some help remembering. Now today, we're going to learn how to play a game, and it's called Roll and Show. But before we start playing the game, I want to remind you of sometimes it's hard to remember when you see the symbol. Oh my, which one's greater than? Which one's less than? Oh, I know this, but they look so similar. So I'm going to show you a cute little trick that will help you remember if you forget. So we're going to compare the two numbers, 418, 415. Notice they are in their standard form. They're in their standard form. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and compare the digits. Let's start with the hundreds. When we look at the hundreds, oh my goodness, in the hundreds digit we have a 4 and a 4. They're the same. Just like we did yesterday, we have to move on to the tens digit. Oh my goodness, they're the same. We have 1 10 in each one. Now let's go to the ones. Oh, now we have an 8 and a 5. Good. So that tells me that 418 is greater than 415. So I'm going to put 2 dots next to the greater number. 2 dots next to the greater number. And then I'm going to put 1 dot next to the smaller number. And then I'm just going to connect the dots. And now, when I do that, I will have my symbol done correctly, and I can read it. 418 is greater than 415. That's just a quick little trick in case you forget which symbol means what. Today we're going to be playing the game Roll and Show. Are you ready? Now, you're going to need a partner, and so we're going to play in pairs. We're going to have a player 1 and a player 2. And I have 2 players ready to go. You're also going to need some dice, and you'll need a recording sheet. So you can use scratch paper, or you can use your math journal. I'm sure your teacher has a procedure set up that she would like for you to use. So I'm going to take a moment and let her tell you what she wants you to use. But you're going to need your 3 dice and some way to record your answers. Again, we're going to be practicing today in our game comparing 3-digit numbers. Okay, so hopefully you have your materials ready. We're going to start with player 1, and player 1 is going to roll the dice. And player 1 rolled a 5, a 4, and a 1. So each player now is going to make a 3-digit number using 5, 4, and 1. And one of our players, actually player 1, made 415, and the other player made 541. So now they're both going to record in their journal a greater than statement and a less than statement using those numbers. They're going to compare those 2 numbers using greater than and less than. Like this. Read that to me, please, player 1.
415 is less than 541.
541 is greater than 415.
Awesome job, player 1 and 2. Let's try it again. Player 2 rolls this time.
Oops.
And they rolled a 6, a 5, and a 2. And they're going to go ahead and write a 3-digit number in standard form. And then they are going to record greater than and less than using those two numbers.
Did I do mine correct?
Well, let's read it and see.
256 is less than 652.
652 is greater than 256.
That is awesome, y'all. I can tell that y'all are very good at comparing three-digit numbers. Now, let's talk about some extensions, teachers, that you could do to this game. If you have a student that still needs to build the numbers, please make base 10 blocks available to them so they could actually build their numbers and see and compare. You could also go back to our standard form, expanded form, and word form and have them do some practice with that. After playing the game, they can take some of their numbers and show those in the 3 different forms to write the 3-digit numbers. There is another way on page 22 in everyone's textbook that you could look at and play a different way with 3 players. So there's just lots of fun ways to compare numbers. And remember, the name of this game is Roll and Show. Y'all have fun comparing 3-digit numbers. See you tomorrow.